I don't think
What
I
time is
ever
it?
go to a sports bar. I don't think I go out to watch a sporting event again, bro. I think I'm done. Last
Why?
night was
What you
horrible.
watch? What you watching? Where you watch it at?
A
We
fight.
was at some spot in Roselle.
Oh, you was watching Canelo?
Yeah, we was watching the Canelo fight and some MMA fights. Some niggas had it's the spot is a large facility. So like half of it is like a bar / restaurant, and the other spot
What's the name of
is
this place?
it's shit. I sent it in the group text. Hold on.
I don't. I told you.
It
Yeah.
used to call.
Oh,
It
that's-
used. Oh yeah, that's right. It used to be called. It's called Central Park, New Jersey.
Central
but
Park
Kelvin-
in New Jersey.
Yes, but Kel told me he used to call Mr. Easy or Mr. E.
Mr. East. Mr. East.
Mr. East. Yeah, it used to be called that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I used to visit this spot. Man, yo, them motherfuckers had a live DJ in the sports. I mean, in the bar restaurant area. And I'm like,
You was
nigga,
annoyed.
I was annoyed. So
Hey, that's how they do it, old head. That's how they do it now, old head.
bruh.
They want the DJ in the sports bar to keep the music going and keep the
Nigga,
crowd
there's
moving.
a club on the
But you-
other side.
Hey, Cash,
Take
but
that
you
shit
went
over
because you wanted
here.
to see the game and you want to be able to hear the game.
Yeah, bruh.
The nerve of you going to a sports bar
Yeah.
to watch and listen to sports.
To watch the sports. He
What
thought
you
he was going to
thinking?
be in a sports bar watching sports.
What are you
Right.
thinking? The nerve of you.
Yeah, he was annoyed. I could see by the look on his face. He was
Nigga.
annoyed as hell.
Yo, my voice, I damn near lost my voice. Me and Kel was having a civilized, low volume conversation where we were able to hear each other. I go take a piss. I'm hearing music blasting. I'm like, what the fuck is? I'm like, yo, damn, they must be really bumping in the club. I go back around. I'm like, yo, this shit is coming from the sports bar. I'm like, yo, this shit doesn't make any sense. And then next thing you know, Kel's talking to me. I'm like, nigga, I can't hear you. I felt like an old man. I had to get up, walk to this nigga to like lean in and talk to him and shit.
Yo,
This
you know
nigga's
what?
talking to me.
I
I'm
got a
like, nigga,
terrible
we gotta
image.
talk in sign language, or we can't talk for the rest of the night because I can't talk to you.
Yo, I just got a terrible image of you and Kel in this bar, like Will Smith and Martin, in Bad Boys, when
Trying
they
to
was
hear
in the
each
club.
other.
Yeah,
Nigga, it was horrible. Like, and then the main event, the main card, it started for both the boxing and the MMA, right? I'm thinking, yo, it's been a while since I visited the spot because the last time I went, I had
I
a
can
decent
tell.
time. Last night was on some bullshit. So the main card start. I'm thinking he's gonna DJ. They're gonna turn the volume down so you can start hearing what the commentators have to say about each of the events. Nah, nigga. They get to the main event with Canelo's fighting. You don't even hear the entrance music. And I'm looking
Oh, you don't
like,
get to hear the entrance?
nah, we didn't get to hear the entrance.
Ah.
Fucking the Mexican anthem goes off. The American anthem goes off. Couldn't even hear that shit. You can't even hear Canelo's entrance. Yo, I wasn't the only one complaining. There was a group of fellas right next to us. They was like, yo, when the fuck they gonna turn this shit down? I had to complain to the waitress. And then the nigga during each round had to insert his own fucking music. Like he was part of the fucking event. So like he had these sound effects and shit. I'm
listen,
like,
bruh, he had to justify his bullshit job.
Yeah.
it was bullshit. Yo,
And
it was
his
bullshit.
unnecessary bullshit job. He needs to justify it.
You know what it was? And I think, I'm done going to events with a bunch of females because all the women, I think he was feeding off of the women's vibe. And I think
You better not let the women, you better not put that shit on YouTube.
nah, I'm
You
cutting
would
off.
get canceled.
Nah, but I think that's what it was, man. It's just like, yo, none of maybe like a handful of fellas were vibing to the music, but you could tell the vast majority of the dudes were just there to watch the fights, yo. It's
Yeah,
just
but
like,
my
yo,
dude, you
just
got to
let
also
these-
realize this is what happens. So the whole thing is, you got to remember, back in the day, sports bars used to be dominated by dudes. It was a bar, it was sports. That's the whole reason he was there.
Yeah.
You might have had a
Smoking
couple,
cigarettes
like,
and cigars.
you might have had a couple chicks that was like really into sports and they want to be there too. A handful of them.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everything is catered towards women. It's like the money is where the women are. So the whole thing is you got to cater towards the women. The women don't want to they don't want to be there for the sports. They want to hear some music. They want to have fun. They want to dance. And that's what they're going to cater to.
And like Black Zeus said, if you just got sports, now you're losing the female audience. Now you're losing out on drinks. You're losing out on food orders.
There you go.
Like you said, you just trying to watch the fight. You ain't really trying to buy nothing and party. You just
you might be sitting there nursing a beer.
I ordered like 2 drinks. But
that ain't what the chicks gonna order. They're gonna order 17 drinks.
You and Kel gonna order the cheapest beer, whatever's on tap and shit.
The appetizer sampler and shared it.
Y'all might share and shit. But when you got chicks, let's be for real. Anytime you got a chick with you, you spend more money.
Hey, they had hookahs in there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I was just like, next thing you know, you ain't
you ain't been out in a minute, yo. It's different, bro.
It's a different environment now, man. That's not for nothing. I was thinking to myself, like, I was gonna text you when you said that. Yesterday I was gonna say, like, yo, why don't y'all just, pick up some food, we order some food, bring some drinks over here, and you can watch the game.
Come over here and watch it, right?
But they got, because it was both events. Both of them shits was on pay-per-view. It was the MMA and boxing going off at the same time. That's why.
You trying to say I don't got 2 TVs?
Nigga, do you guys split?
Hey, you got a point there.
Like, that's the only reason why I did it. Like, if that was the case, I'd have just ordered the fight at my house and just invited niggas over. But because it was 2 pay-per-views going off at the same time, I said, fuck it, let me
go here.
Bruh,
chill out here.
I'm sitting, next thing you know, I'm turning around like, yo, I'm looking at Cal like, yo, you smell that? I'm like, what the fuck is that?
That's that hookah blowing all on your neck.
Yeah, bro, my fucking throat was irritated by that shit.
Hey, Cash, you old as hell, though.
Yo, man, that's what it is nowadays.
Hey, Cash, you feel the bar like, wait, my throat getting irritated. I'm blowing all this hookah and shit.
Yo, the fucking air started to get cloudy. I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on? I was like, where the fuck did this spot
starting to burn and shit.
This shit was crazy, man.
I went out there to watch the fight, had some wings and a beer. Like, they
for real. I was like, yo, this is some bullshit. And then on top of that, bro, like, these chicks was damn near half naked. I'm looking like, man, I don't need these fucking distractions. I am trying to watch the fights.
Yeah.
They
came to catch. You came to watch the fight. They came to catch something. You know what I mean? They trying to pick up a dude.
But here's the thing.
Here watching the sports bar. Listen,
don't have to watch the car all night, who's spending money at that bar.
Exactly. So you can watch the fight. I'm watching you spend money. And when you're done with this fight, you're going to want some pussy.
Yeah. After you have some drinks and
you have some drinks. And I'm sitting here half naked. Why wouldn't you talk to me and take me with you?
Yeah, I'm about to find me a hole in the wall. Fuck this shit. Like, yo,
that's your best bet to go. Yo, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's what you need. Yeah.
Yo, that's what we need to do is just invest in a bar called Hole in the Wall that actually has old school, just like it's a bar, TVs.
The one Henry took me to, the one Henry had me meet him at was a Hole in the Wall. When I told you I got the 3 for $21.
Oh, the big hefty chick you left with that night.
Nah, that was imagery.
Hold up, where's the Big Shirley music?
I used
Go home
you're gonna get canceled, yo.
Go home with Big Shirley, getting that booty clap sound.
Hey, but it's so funny though. It's so funny. That shit tickles the hell out of me.
Yeah, it does.
I love it.
Yeah, man. That's what the fuck we need, a hole in the wall, man. Because yo, and some of these shits got some nerves. They be hefty as shit, trying to wear the most provocative shit. I'm like, yo,
right.
There was this one chick with like,
what do you expect in this Lizzo days?
Yeah.
What are you expecting in these Lizzo days?
The confidence is at an all-time high, bro. Because
the nerve, it's not even confidence.
I don't even know if it's confidence.
The audacity.
Yo,
it's like nobody want to see all that.
Yo, it was crazy.
Yeah,
it was crazy, bro. I'm looking like, yo, what happened, man? You're right, Smith. It's been a minute since I've been out, bro. Because
you ain't been out. It's different. I'm telling you, it's different, bro. I go out. You know what I mean? Like
I was like, this is
like. So you supposed to be with Black Zeus say you supposed to go to the house and chill out and all.
I figured that shit out a long time ago.
I'm going out, Cash, because I'm still trying to mix and mingle, right?
Yeah.
I'm going out, but I'm going out and I'm like, yo, I want to go in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, out, I want to go in because I'm like, yo, this ain't even me. Like, I can't even get down with this. You know what I mean? So it makes it like wading through all the bullshit, wading through the water, so to speak. No, since we reading bullshit jobs, wading through the bullshit, I ain't got time for all that, man.
I honestly,
half of the ladies that you saw with the made up faces and the extra long hair and the eyelashes and the nails, that none of this belongs to you and shit.
Yep. And they got one of those body contouring suits that make them look like they actually belong in that dress.
Yeah, bro.
Don't belong to you because your girlfriend said, "Ooh, put on this motherfucking contour shit that'll make your body look a little bit more." And it's like, yo, I got to go through all these motherfucking layers, girl. Like, I ain't
word up.
Yeah, and the entire time I'm thinking they're gonna go to the club side the way they were dressed. I'm like, yo, I thought, nah, bro, they just hung out in the bar area the entire time dressed like that, and I'm looking like,
and look, and
wow.
you ain't sending out one drink, did you?
Hell no.
But look, check it out. They was looking for people to send them drinks.
Oh, they had some dudes around them.
Yeah,
they got some dudes around them.
Yo, when I was check it out. When I was in a
you know when they dress like that, that's just the bait.
Yeah, that's the bait. I was at.
They want to act like it's not. They're like, oh, just because I dress this way, does not mean like I do this for myself. Bitch, you a damn lie.
Exactly.
Your ass at home if that's the case. Don't come into a bar full of men dressed like that and think like, oh, you get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, last time I was out, I ran into Henry and his wife, and they was looking at this girl, and I was like, oh, I'm about to go talk to her. I was like, I can't go talk to her. They're like, why not? She by herself, and I was like, nah, she with that guy right there. I said, those two guys got those 4 girls. And they're like, get out of here, Smith. What you talking? I'm like, those 2 guys got those 4 girls. So Shell, like, but they older, like those older guys. Like I went and I said, the older guys are buying the younger girls to drink, so they're going to stay right there. And then when she saw it, she was like, wow. How did you notice that? I said, because you're married, Shell. You're married, Shell. You don't go out one. I go out, and this is the gaming. This is what's being played now. Yeah, you know what I mean. Not that it's ever too far removed from that. Not that it's that new, but this is the game that's being played now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I just didn't know a night out at the I just didn't think a night out at the fucking bar would turn out to be a fucking club environment. Shit was fucking annoying, man.
Yeah, man, that's what it is now. That's where, you gotta understand. It's like now that everything's on like Tinder and Find a Fish or whatever it's called, swipe left, swipe right, what's that other, like the matching stuff, the dating, all that stuff is done online. The dating environment has to be, has to have more stimulus to bring in the thing. So the whole thing is you're bringing in both the crowds of the guys that want to see the sports and the women that want the guys to notice them. So
yeah, but here's the funny thing. So the Canelo fight came off before the MMA fight came off. Once the Canelo fight was done, the vast majority of niggas bounced.
Yeah.
Well, they came to see the fight because they know that fight is pay-per-view, and they just came to see the fight.
You're not hearing me, my brother. Like, I'm telling you, dudes, because the fact that the game has changed, where dudes used to go to the club looking for chicks, now chicks are on the hunt looking for dudes.
Yeah.
What's the bait for dudes? Sports bar. How do you get the women to come there? Bring a DJ in. Make it into a sports bar. I almost didn't
make it this morning to this club because my ear's still ringing regarding how loud that shit was, man.
Oh, you got tinnitus in the ear.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
That's what it's called, man. You know how many times I've left the club when I used to party and that ringing, that
yeah,
that's tinnitus in the ear, man.
Yeah, that shit ain't cool,
nigga. This shit was what I was like, yo, this shit don't make any fucking sense, man. Yo, I told Kel, bro, I had to apologize to Kel.
Maybe you didn't have a good time.
Nigga, I would say this. If the music wasn't loud, I would have overlooked the hookah. I would have overlooked how many women who was, inappropriately dressed for a fucking sports bar. I'd have looked all over that. It was the fucking music that just got out of control. The nigga just didn't know how to fucking turn it down. Like, he turned it up. It 9 o'clock hit. No, it was like 10 o'clock hit. Boom. Like, what the fuck was that about?
So for all our thirsty soldiers out there, all our thirsty soldiers that's listening, if you want to go to the sports bar with a woman at, because that's what you looking for, go to where my man Cash just went. Give Cash a round of applause. Give that motherfucker a round of applause. He was annoyed as hell. But give him a round of applause. He ain't been out. He don't know no better.
Nah, I did it.
He know better. He knows what he wants, and the whole thing is this was not what he wants.
No. He ain't no better not to go to that.
Listen, man, you gotta understand.
Have a quiet outing watching a sports event.
Listen, man.
You know what though? Like a couple of years ago, I went to
the old man bar and sports bars and everything. Everything that men have found, to be like their sanctuary, women have invaded left and right.
You're not lying. Because the last spot I went to, like, ever since the pandemic, because you're right, Smith, I haven't been out really like that since COVID happened.
Yeah.
So, like, the last spot I went to really watch a sporting event was Fox and Hound in Edison. And I started to see that trend too. Like, that used to be my spot all the time. And I started to see that trend of females starting to, like, infiltrate. And you just started to see chicks there. And I'm thinking, like, initially giving them the benefit of the doubt, like, oh, they here to watch the fight. And then I will just sit back and observe. And I'm like, these bitches didn't look at this monitor not once this entire fight. Like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Now check this
They're
out.
Not there for the fight. It's not a sports bar. To you, it's a sports bar. To them, it's a club. You're coming into two different entries. You're coming to a sports bar. They're coming into a club.
They're not. I don't even think they're coming into a club. I think they're coming into a man den.
Yeah.
I'm coming into a den of men. So I feel like I'm attractive and I'm walking into a den of men. Somebody got to accept me and take me, bro.
Yep.
Like, that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Somebody going to pay for this pussy.
Somebody going to pay for this pussy.
But some of them bras, a good percent, I would say more than half of them was not attractive, bro.
Yeah. Listen, that's what's left after, online dating.
And when the fight going off at 1:30 in the morning and you've had a couple of shots and drinks, I look pretty appealing to you in the back, don't I?
Yeah, that 4.
You're right.
That 4,
I'm saying, like,
4 or 5 out of 10, all of a sudden looks like a good 6.5.
Hey, look. I'm just like, wait till Black Zeus and Cash leave.
Hey, yo, fellas, I didn't forgot to pay for the tab.
I'll see y'all. Get on the road, though. Y'all,
I forgot to tip the waitress.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's that, Cash. That's real.
Wait for me in the back. Wait for me in the back.
And they know it's real. That's why they keep coming back. You know what I mean? Think about it. That's why they keep
Listen, that's the thing. It's like, once you've taken because think about it. If all the pretty girls don't have to go to the bar anymore, they could just put their face online and then get lit up with all types of DMs and this, that, and the other. What's the point of them going to? What's the point of them going to the bar?
Out, there was like at least 6 you kind of busted bras that were out there. And the ones that were attractive, they were there with their men to watch the event.
Yep.
Yeah.
The ones that were attractive,
arm candy for the man.
Yeah, like the dude
at the end of the
really
day,
there to watch the fight.
I don't think I'm taking my chick to the sports bar to watch the fight.
Nah.
Unless I'm trying to say, hey, motherfuckers, I want to peacock for a minute.
Well, I did that in my 20s.
That's what I'm saying.
I did too. I was gonna say, like, I took my chick to the sports bar before,
Because you wanted to peacock, though. You wanted to be like, hey, fellas, look at me.
I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe I wanted to peacock. Maybe I want to see the fight. Maybe a little bit of both. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't sure.
Y'all know the fight. You can catch the fight wherever you want to catch the fight at. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you
don't have to go to a sports bar to watch the fight. But when you go into the sports bar, you taking a chick, and she probably not into sports. You being selfish as hell. You going a peacock move.
Yeah, that's
think
true.
about it. She's not even into it.
I can see that.
She's not even into it.
I agree with that.
Come on, we gonna go here. You know what I mean? You like you going out to peacock. That's what you going out for. Because you ain't going out to catch. Because you taking somebody with you. You taking the beast to the sand. So you ain't going out to pick up nobody. You going out to show off and say, "Look at me, motherfuckers. Look what I got."
Yeah.
I've done that before. I've peacocked like that before.
Wifey, she ain't doing that shit anymore, bruh. Like, she stopped that a while ago. She was just like, nope, you can have a good time. I'm done.
She like, no, you go. Hey, Cash, I trust you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, who you going with, Henry? Oh, definitely go ahead. Stay out as long as you want. I know he'll have you in by 10:30.
Oh, shit.
10:45.
She's like, go stay as long as you want, honey. But I know you'll be here by 10:30.
Oh, man. But yeah, man, last night was you're right. For my age,
Listen, this is what we're gonna do. Next time there's a fight, you know, we all gonna link up, come over to my house or go to Cash house or whatever the fuck, order the fight, bring food, drinks, this, that, and the other, and do it the way old men should be doing it.
Nah, man, but we still should be able to have an experience going to a fucking bar and watch the fight. Like,
we are not the market. I'm sorry, bro, but we are not the market anymore.
No.
We used to be the market back in the day when you had the old man bar.
I remember that shit, man. Like,
no longer are those days, my friend.
And the reason I asked you that, Cash, because I went out to watch the Giants play Sunday. No, when we played Monday night. The last time we played the Chiefs on that Monday night game, I went out to watch them play. I went to a bar. And it was totally the reverse. Even though it was females at the bar, it was totally the reverse. When that Giants game came on, they cut that motherfucking music off and cut that motherfucking Giants game on a loudspeaker. That's all you heard. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's also you got to find the spots that represent those particular teams, and that's all you're going to, or those real sports.
That is true.
And that's all you're going to hear. They're going to cut that shit out. This music going off, we cut this fucking fight on.
That's true.
They do have some spots like that. You know what I mean?
There's a few. I don't know if like the last time I did a spot like that was like during the Giants' last championship game against the Patriots and everything. Where you know it was a bar in East Rutherford called Shooters. And it was cool because they had.
I know Shooters.
They had TV screens inside the booth. So you could actually get the game, watch the game directly in your booth and everything.
That spot changed too.
And every time that the Giants would get a first down, the bartender would go like, "And that's another Giants," and everybody in the bar would go, first down.
That's what Cash wanted to experience.
That's what you wanted, bro.
That's what he wanted. Yeah.
That shit.
That's not what he
got. That shit is gone, my dude. That shit is gone. Thanks to feminism, thanks to wokeism, thanks to social justice warriors, and all that other bullshit. You know, all those happy days are gone, my friend.
Happy days are gone again.
Let's make America great again.
Can't even have a good fucking sports bar out here these days, man.
Let's make the sports bars great again.
Hey, Cash, you looking for an investment, man? A nice quiet sports bar might be a nice quiet sports bar. Is that an oxymoron? A nice quiet sports bar might be just the thing for you to invest in, man.
Yeah, man. Call a hole in the wall.
Yeah. But the thing is, will the support still be there? Because why did these bars? Probably lends to what she would have said. Like, why did these bars feel compelled to do this now to attract women? Are they because they're struggling? The feminist
movement, man. You have nothing.
Is it a financial issue too, where they realize
it's a financial issue? Think about it. Married men don't spend money.
Exactly.
Single women do.
Exactly.
Single women and single men,
single men do, and married men will for a single woman if he's out there doing some bullshit. They know all those parameters. Listen, how the Facebook was talking with the algorithm and how we still pay the machines because we pay towards the algorithm, even though we don't know we're paying towards the algorithm with our advertisement, and that's why I come on Frontline for us. That's what they're doing. You know what I mean? They're doing the same thing. Like at the end of the day, male and female, even if you go out even if you go out, Cash, you didn't want to go out and be at an all-male bar and there ain't no females in there. Maybe that's what you wanted. You know what I mean? I particularly want, at least, even if I'm going to watch a fight, I still want to have a few females in there just so when I'm walking to the bathroom, I can be like, hey, how you doing?
I don't mind that, but like the ratio, like
you don't want them to cater to it. It ain't the ratio.
Exactly.
The fact that music was different. Like I told you, the last sports bar I was at, they actually cut the music off and put the game on, and that shit was loud as hell. You get tinnitus from hearing the game, like, damn, bro, that game louder. Y'all ain't gonna turn that TV down a little bit? So you have them speakers on, like, damn, that shit. When they cheering, that's just like,
yeah,
that's a little too much, man. It's a little too much.
I felt old as hell leaving that motherfucker last night. I was like, yo, I don't think I can do this again, bro. My bad. I apologized to Cat, like, yo, that nigga was falling asleep. I was like, yo, I don't know how he was falling asleep up in that bitch. That shit was funny as hell. He was
old as hell, yo.
Kel be in bed by 9:30.
Yo, I was like, Kel, you can sleep through this loud shit. He's like, yo, I just had a long day. I was like, damn, nigga.
That's how it be, man. And the body starts shutting down.
We look like some two niggas that just felt out of place. This nigga falling asleep. I'm over here complaining about the goddamn music.
They're like, yo, man, these people,
y'all both come out as old timers.
Old timers, yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine the waitress now, you know, goddamn table number 7. I got these two old motherfuckers, one falling asleep, one complaining the shit's too loud.
This motherfucker drooling and this motherfucker complaining about his ears.
You know, they only getting the $4 beers and they sharing the appetizers. Can you believe these motherfuckers actually came here to watch the fight?
They got beers and one large fry between them. Like what the
shit. All right, man. Well, let's transition.
Now, there was a time in our society not too long ago where men can go and be men. We can remove our social mask. We can relax and we can exude masculine energy. It also was a place, these male spaces were places where we can educate men on what potential pitfalls they face in society, not just with women, but with other, like their work, like their sports, other things that they can educate other men to avoid certain pitfalls. These spaces were necessary, but what we saw an invasion and essentially an infiltration of our spaces. Continuously, all throughout these years of feminism, women have wanted to place themselves in male spaces, mainly because they felt left out. Most of the things that were going on where people were achieving success, where people were making business deals, where people were learning about themselves, where people were learning to protect themselves from fake marriages and divorces. Most of these spaces were essential and existed. Such spaces such as the bar, spaces such as the barber shop, spaces such as the gym, spaces such as the golf club. All these spaces, the cigar bar, all of these spaces were where men can go out and relax and release themselves from the pressures that society placed on them, especially if they were in long-term relationships or marriages. They can go and relax and get away from that daily grind and that energy where they need to feed these women constantly with attention. They can go and relax and not think about trying to attract the attention of women, but thinking about the men and the brotherhood that they have. But we saw these infiltrations of male spaces or women complaining about not being allowed to be in these male spaces. They didn't get the attention when men were in their male space. They didn't get the understanding of why it was necessary for men to have their own spaces. We see it here in MGTOW channels. We see the continuous drive of women coming in who are seeking attention from men, and they're able to get it by getting into the male space of what we call MGTOW. Now, slowly but surely, you saw women wanting to get involved in these spaces. Maybe it was they wanted to be an athlete, and they felt that the golf club should be opened up to them. They also felt that maybe the bar or the cigar lounge was a good place to go, and you will see women act like they are into cigars. The main reason why they're into cigars is to keep the attraction level up for the male suitors that are in these places. Many times the young secretaries were allowed to come into these male spaces, but we didn't want women who were looking for long-term relationships to come in these spaces. The biggest place that I can say that the infiltration of male spaces have been to the detriment of our society is in the gym. Now, I've been a part of the gym community for a long time. I've been involved in weightlifting. I've been involved in cardio or athletic development. No matter what level of fitness that I've been in, I've seen the infiltration of male space, which we call the gym, and what it's turned to now is a basic shit show. Now, there was a time where bodybuilders were the individuals in the gym. Now, these individuals were pushing around heavyweight. You didn't normally see simps in there. You didn't see these people coming in there doing little bicep curls. You saw men coming in there being masculine and strong. And if you didn't belong in there, you didn't even put your nose in there, even if you weren't a woman. Over time, women wanted to take their aerobics classes from the local community centers and try to use them into the gym and try to take them into the gym. Essentially, what would happen is these women didn't want to go to their women-only health clubs anymore. They wanted to be allowed in the male gym that they saw and loved. Not because they had better exercise equipment. It's because they could get a lot more attention from men. And they felt that if men were in there discussing secrets on how to better themselves, discussing secrets on how to get over on their wives, they wanted to be within earshot to eavesdrop on these conversations. So many times when women are present in the gym, men typically quiet themselves and don't discuss certain subjects that they did discuss when the women weren't around. So this infiltration started with this general idea, and it changed the entire structure of how the gyms work today. Remember when you heard these bodybuilders lifting and they would grunt, ugh! They would yell and scream, ah! Now, physiologically, these yells and screams are similar to what in martial arts they call a kia. When you hear Bruce Lee, ha! Am I pretty good at my martial arts? Every time Bruce Lee would strike and he would go into a pose and he would go into any one of these self-defense situations, he would yell from his belly to make sure he would exude or get some extra energy or force into his punches. Now, when you're in the gym, physiologically, when you yell and you scream as you're pushing these weights, you get a lot stronger because these yells help you get a little more energy and force into what you're doing. Now, when women were allowed in these spaces, they would complain about these men and their screaming and yelling. And slowly but surely, you would get simps who were coming in there to do bicep curls in the squat rack, going and complaining about the men who were pumping this iron and making these loud noises. It's not necessary to yell and scream as you're lifting weights. Well, to the contrary, most times you can use profanity to help you get extra force. And physiologically, this has been proven to be necessary when you're lifting heavy weight. If you're not lifting heavy weight, why in the heck are you in a gym in the first place? Let's just ask that question. Now, let's talk about this. When the women complained about the loud noises, what happened? You saw the bodybuilders slowly remove themselves from the weight room once the weight room started to enforce the rules of not yelling and screaming. You also saw the mass influence of simps into the gym. Because now that the bodybuilders weren't there, they can somehow be a little more masculine. You also saw women starting to dominate the weight room. Now, if you look at the weight room of how it's divided, the women are particularly on the leg and the cardio machines, and the men are over on the upper body machines. But every now and then, later on, you saw women coming back and forth in between these gym spaces and distracting the men. Now, as you have it today, what you have are a bunch of women going in there, parading themselves around with headphones on, acting like they're busy little bees. But what they're doing is soaking up the attention. They're going in there, strutting their stuff, acting like they're super focused on what they're doing when they can be doing what they're doing over in the corner because they're not lifting heavy weight 9 out of 10 times. What they are doing is soaking up attention. They're invading the male space. And we can prove it because the men who are in there, when there's a massive presence of women in the weight room, they start to lose focus on what they are doing and start to focus their attention on these women. Now, that has been to the detriment of gyms. That has been to the detriment of bodybuilders, of people who want to go in there with the sole focus of going in there and lifting heavy weight. Their second focus is going in there and helping their brothers learn how to lift this weight. But what we find now is that these men are often distracted by these women strutting around in short clothing, doing squats in front of them and all these crazy stretches, knowing that they're getting the eyes and attention of these simps. Now, this example of what I just discussed about how the weight room has evolved, or these gyms have evolved into nothing but nightclub for these attention-seeking women, is exactly what happened when male spaces are infiltrated. Male spaces are needed, guys. It is essential to us to grow as men. It is essential to us to focus on our daily task. It is essential for us to remove the social mask that we have to put on all day because there's women around. There was a time, if you watched the television show Mad Men, work was a place where men got away from the house and they can just focus on work. Slowly but surely, women wanted to be there. Cigar bars or the bars were where men would go out and drink whiskey on the rocks, or they would go out and have their cigar or cigarette. Women wanted to be there. Golf clubs were places where business deals were made, where people can go out there and work on their swing and do deals. Slowly and surely, women had to be there. What about the barbershop in the black community? The barbershop was a place where you can go out there and listen to stories, listen to jokes, tell stories, learn from the older wise men. Slowly but surely, what did you see? The single moms would come in there wearing their tightest, most fittest outfit that they can find, and they would strut their nappy-headed little boy all up in the barbershop and sit when the men could no longer talk. They can no longer share these stories. They can no longer express the humor that we needed as we go into battle in the society out here. The same thing goes with the gym. Men can no longer be who they want to be. They always have to be conscious of these little ears that are running around there positioning themselves just enough to distract us from what we're doing. Male spaces are essential.